Erica and her 17-year-old son, Christian, agreed to do an interview at the shelter for newly freed immigrants where they spent the night.
Mi nombre es Erika Rodriguez.
My name is Erika Rodriguez. I left El Salvador on January 13th, crossed the river on January 27th. The 27th, I was in McAllen. Once there, the immigration agent took us into custody and drove us to what we call the icebox. We were there almost 3 days, and then taken to a place called the doghouse, a warehouse with chain-link fence cages. After 2 days, they brought us to the detention center in Carnes City, where we had a medical checkup, and they gave us food. They gave us 5 changes of clothes and a blanket. They told us we were going to remain as a family in our rooms. But then we were separated from our children, and my son was put with other teenagers. Only children under 8 years old could remain with adults in our rooms.
Christian Giovanni Rodriguez.
My name is Christian Rodriguez. I am 17 years old. Sometimes I complain about the week that they locked me up in medical isolation, because it was very ugly to be there, because I could not go anywhere. I was sitting there by the window watching the nurses pass by.
They just told us to gather all our stuff and go to the nursery. And once there, we were locked in a room for 5 days. We did not see daylight, dusk, anything, because it was all locked. After 5 days, 5 officers came, but they did not give us a reason. In the week of punishment, my son lost 5 pounds because he was not eating. They gave him 3 meals, but he was eating once a day at most.
Why didn't he want to eat?
Because I felt very sad to be there locked up, because I had no friends, could not see anything. It was the same every day, and I had no desire to eat.
Thank God I was there not more than a month and 8 days, but it seems like it was for my entire life. It is something that has really left a mark in me.
After I speak with Erica and her son, I meet Rosalinda Maldonado. She helps run the shelter that housed them the night before.
It's inhumane what we're doing with these families, because they are being terrorized.
Rosalinda tries to stay in touch with the women who passed through the house after being released from detention. She worries that some had their bonds paid for by traffickers. But she says even those who are reunited with family face trauma from their detention ordeal.
I feel like when they tell me they put them in these cells, or they tell me they're going to take my children away, being the person who they are releasing all the pain, I start telling them, forgive my country, even though this is not my country. I'm Mexican. I'm undocumented. But I say, I'll forgive my country, because this is a new step for you.
In San Antonio, I'm Renee Feltz for Democracy Now!